Okay, everyone, welcome back. We are now into the informative essay. We're going to do the second part and actually look at the typing. I want you to sit down and watch. You should have your own little cheat sheet, your own outline, your scratch paper with all your info on it. And we're going to sit down and actually do this together. So what I want to do is I want to get myself off of the page. We're going to go back into our system here, and we're going to look at the outline. And from the outline, we are going to do the actual writing. So hopefully you'll be able to follow along with me on this one. So where are we going to go? We're going to start at the beginning, and I'm just going to start writing. I'm not going to worry about a title yet. I'm just going to start writing. Now, the time that I have is 9:11, 9:11. And we're going to see how long this takes me to write. So we're going to go up here in my first stop. I don't think I want to use 20, although this is 20, right? No, this is 18. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to make this 18. So we'll write. It'll be big for now so that you can see it. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is make it even a little bit bigger for you to be able to see. So here we go. You ready? Remember, this is introduction. Introduction means it's going to start wide at the top, very big, very general, broad idea, and then it's going to narrow down closer and closer to this thesis statement that I have down here, okay? So I want something big. How about something like animals live all over the world and in different places. Where do some live? We're going to get a little more specific. Some live in the desert. Desert. Others live in the ocean. But all animals, now I want to get a little bit more specific. I want to get to that survival bit. I want to get to my main idea. But all animals, let's see, live in places that help them stay safe and protected. Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. I can stop it right there, and I can take this one and go right back. Boom. Now let's read that. Let's see if it makes sense. Does it start very broad? Does it get kind of narrow as we go down and we get into that animals? Does it make sense? Does it give me a clear idea? Remember, we're going back to those same requirements that are on the test. So let's see. What does it say? Animals live all over the world and in different places. That's a general statement. Some live in the desert, others live in the ocean, but all animals live in places that help them stay safe and protected. Animals live in special places to survive. I got that from source number 1. So I'm going to put source number 1 in there, such as nests high in trees, lodges surrounded by water, and burrows underground. Boom! My introduction is done. 1 paragraph done. And it is only 9:14. So the only thing I got to remember is that each new paragraph has to be indented. So I can go tab. If I hit the tab key, my introduction, my paragraph, that first line gets indented. And every paragraph has to be indented. So I'm going to get rid of that introduction. I don't need that introduction anymore. Pa! Cool. Next one. My next one is eagles live in nests high in trees to survive. Now, that's perfectly fine the way I said it, but remember it says it wants us to use transitions. It wants us to help get off there. Wants us to help the reader to follow along. So I'm going to use one example or one example is eagles, and that eagles can't be capitalized anymore. It's not the beginning of the sentence. So I'm going to have eagles. One example is eagles live in nests high in the trees to survive. That's one. Okay, now I have to explain. See that part where it says explain? I got to explain. So what I can do is I can go back to my text here, my reading, and I said that it's in source 2. So where is source 2? Source 2, yep, this is Donna Henny's right there. I want to find anything that's about eagles. Is there anything in here about eagles? Where is that thing about eagles? I should have highlighted them. There's termites, there's beavers, there's wombats. Ha! Bald eagles right there. Do you see that? Bald eagles. It's right. Oops, my computer wants to fall apart. Right there. Yes. So that's my explanation. That's what goes in that explanation. So I'm going to take that explanation. I'm going to get rid of it. Pop, 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 pop. Okay. So what does it say? I'm going to summarize what I am reading here. It says bald eagles build massive nests 4 to 5 feet across and 3 to 6 feet deep, high in tall trees. They use their beaks and amazing strong talons, that's their claws, to break branches and twigs. Like beavers, eagles begin by building the stick frame. Then they weave in small branches and twigs for added strength and protection. Finally, eagles line their nests with grasses and other soft material to make them comfy. Okay, good. So I'm going to take all that. Remember what I said? We want to summarize. So let's go back here. Let's go back here. I've erased that first explanation part. Now I'm going to write the explanation. So what can I write here? Well, I can say, let's see, one example is bald eagles live in nests high in the trees to survive. They build huge nests that we don't want to be too specific because then we got to quote it, that are up to 5 feet wide and 6 feet deep. They use, and I'm going to, that's that particular information, that's from source 2. So I'm going to put that in there, source 2, period. Remember, your source goes before your period, goes before the end of it. And it goes attached to what information you pulled from. So that's source 2. So they build huge nests that are up to 5 feet wide and 6 feet deep. Now, see, I didn't exactly say word for word what is in that sentence that we highlighted on the other page. You want to see that? So there's the other page. See it in the highlight there? So it says massive nest, 4 to 5 feet across, 3 to 6 feet deep, high in the trees. I just went over and said they build huge nests that are up to 5 feet wide and 6 feet deep. And then I say, where did I get that information? I got it from source 2. The height of the nests make it safe for eagles and their babies. And that just I know. I just know that because that's kind of what this whole article is about. I kind of came off with that on my head. So in this way, eagles make their homes safe to survive. Okay, that's pretty good. Do I have enough sentences? I think so. So let me just rearrange this. Let me move this one back. Let me get rid of that body number 1. I don't need body number 1 there. And I don't need that source anymore. I know who that source is. I already put it down on the piece of paper, right? Yes, I did. So I can get rid of all of that. Okay, now it is 9:20. So I want to go here. I still want to go tab. But now I can get rid of this extra space. I don't need that extra space. Okay, number 2. Beavers build lodges surrounded by water to help them survive. Okay, that was also from source 2. So let's go back to our source 2. Let's go back to our source 2 and look at beavers. Ah, there's beavers. Beavers are right here. Right? It's right there. And it says beavers build lodges along the banks of lakes and ponds. Using branches, they chew apart they chew apart themselves. Oh, I didn't even read that right. Using branches they chewed apart themselves, beavers begin to build a cone-shaped frame. Then they fill in the gaps with mud and leaves. The entrance to the lodge is always at the bottom, underwater, so beavers can come and go without being seen by predators. Ooh, that last sentence is really good. That one right there. In fact, I think I'm going to, it's so good, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to highlight it just so that I remember it next time. Okay, so now we go back to our writing. Beavers build lodges under the water to help them survive. Now, explanation. I know it's in source 2, so I'm going to get rid of source 2 as well. I don't need it. I know it's going to be in source 2 because that's where I am. Source 2. Now I need my explanation. So what am I going to say? I'm going to say that, let's see. Beavers build their homes out of, let's see, branches, and build their homes out of branches. Build their homes out of branches. I'll leave it like that. Where I'm kind of stuck. The homes are built in lakes and ponds. The branches are piled on top of each other, and the gaps, or let's just use the word spaces, in between are filled with mud. Now, and leaves. Now, I am going to say this is now source number 2, period. I got to still talk about the entrance though. The door, the door to the home is, no, we're going to take rid of to the, I'm going to call them lodges because that's what I use in my sentence. These lodges is located underwater. So predators cannot get them. Okay? Now, the only thing that I have to do on this one really is I have to add my transition. So we're going to use one. So the first one was one example. So this one, I'm going to say it's going to be likewise. That means in a similar way. And we're going to get rid of the big B, make it little b. Okay, there we go. So now let's back that up. We're going to tab it. And I'm going to put the sentences together. So does that make sense? Let's reread it again. This one says, likewise, beavers build lodges surrounded by water to help them survive. Beavers build their homes out of branches. The homes are built in lakes and ponds. The branches are piled on top of each other, and the spaces in between are filled with mud and leaves. Source number 2, period. The door to these lodges is located underwater, so predators cannot get them. Ta-da! That's enough. I'm going to get rid of that gap, and we are almost finished. Look how close we are, and it's still 9:25. It's only been 10, 11, 12, 13, about 13 minutes. So, I got to hurry. Squirrels. What are squirrels? Where are squirrels? Squirrels are in number 1. So let's go back and look at number one. What is number one? Number one, number one, number one, number one, number one, number one, number one. Here we go. Here we go. Number one. Snakes and mice live in burrows underground. Out, and it says during the day they stay under the ground and out of the sun because it's so hot. So hot. And they are protected because other big animals that would normally try to eat them, like owls and other birds of prey and things like that, they can't get in the holes and go get them. So let's go back to our writing and let's fix this. I'm going to get rid of everything right there. I'm going to get rid, let's see, this is, I'm going to keep the source there. So let's start with this squirrel business. I want another transition. This is my last one. This is my last example. So I'm going to say, finally. How about finally? That's one. Finally, squirrels dig burrows underground to survive. That works. I can do that one. Now let me explain how that helps. How does that help them survive according to my article? So one is that squirrels, living in the desert need to stay cool and protected or cool in the hot sun. They also need to hide from predators like owls and other birds of prey. We'll call them birds of prey. Those are things like hawks and stuff like that. So they burrow underground. How about deep underground? Deep underground to stay or underground away from the sun and animals trying to eat them. Boom. Now, where am I going to put my source number one? Where is that going to be? I could put that right there, right after that first part. So this is source number one. Boom. End. Okay. I need to put my indentation there. I'm going to get rid of that one. I now have my introduction. I have my first, second, third. I have lots of good sources. I've listed all of my sources. All I need now is a conclusion. A conclusion. So let's write the conclusion here. I can get rid of conclusion now. This is the bottom sandwich, remember? This is the bottom sandwich. So this one is just kind of wrapping things up. So I'm going to say, just like people use houses to protect themselves from the weather and other dangers, like maybe burglars and stuff like that, animals do the same thing. They use their environment to build shelters and homes to survive. They may build nests high in trees or burrow tunnels deep underground. All of them Find a way to survive. Okay, not great, super awesome writing, but it is okay. Now, it's 9:30. So that took 15, that took 19 minutes. And that was with me explaining. So I didn't meet my 15-minute deal, but let me take this real quickly because this is now all good. And I'm going to run it all the way up. The only thing we don't have is I'm going to make this into, let's do it into 14. No, the 14 is too small. You can't see that. 15, 16. That's still, I still got more space. We're going to go 17. Let's go 17. I need a title though, right? What shall we call this? And how about animals and their homes? How about that? And I want everything to be the same. So we're going to make that one also 18. Boom. And I can give even an extra space there just so people know it's a title. So that's my rough draft. That's the whole thing. Have I done everything that I need to do? Is it all there? I think so. Now remember, this is just a rough draft. You can now take this. And I think what you would probably do, let's go take this, and I don't think I can do this, but let me show you what it would look like if we got rid of all the underlines. I don't want any underlines, no underlines, and I want all to be black. Let's take all of that and, oh, I can't get it over there. It's on a different computer. Oh, well, anyway, that's the whole deal. Boom. That's the whole deal right there. Awesome, awesome. So what I'll do is I will take this particular paper, this example, I'll print it or I'll make a copy of it and I'll post it to this video so that if you wanted to, you could actually look at it and print it out and see what we did. Is it great? I don't think so. It would be okay. It would be fabulous for a third grader. It would be even fabulous for a fourth grader. Would an 11th grader be okay with this? I don't think so. But you get the idea of how do you piece it together. I know this is a little bit of a longer video, but did you see, you can write it in a very short amount of time. Very short, because you got the skeleton, you got the spine, you know exactly what goes in each piece. That's all that this writing is all about. That's what I want you to do this coming week. I mean, our school is going into testing tomorrow. So tomorrow, follow day one, and then come back and look at this video again and see if you can't work it out, okay? Practice it. You can practice the whole week. As long as you go into the practice sessions, and that's all you're doing is going to the practice sessions, look to see how this is wrapped, how this is put together. I think, and I expect, and I believe with all my heart that you will be awesome, awesome, awesome conquerors. Da, da, da. That's what you're going to do, okay? So I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get ready for tomorrow because I want to get good sleep. So I will see you soon.